Hello everyone, welcome to ASX Market Watch for the week ending the 25th of September 2009. This week we'll be looking at the ASX Top 200, the S&P 500 stock index, and the FTSE over in the UK. Now, probably the best thing about Friday is the close. Is one day, which is the Friday in the Australian markets anyway, has the potential to change this market. It's going to be a defining day in the markets, absolutely for sure. Let me show you exactly what I mean. First of all, I've just done, this is the ASX Top 200 chart. I've just drawn in my long-term downtrend line so that we know we're in a bull market because it's crossed that downtrend line. We've got our longer-term uptrend line because we've got higher peaks and higher troughs, and that will act as support for us in the future. Now, then what I've done is I've drawn in my shorter term uptrend line, but I'm just going to take that out because that it doesn't even matter that we have that, even though the market actually bounced off it. As you can see, it was not able to close below it, even though we had such a weak lead from the Dow on Thursday night, and then Friday we actually started down extremely low. Oh, well, not extremely low, but it was quite a heavy down day. But by the end of the session, it had closed well on its highs. Now, if you look at single bar analysis, so like just one bar, like whether it be a weekly bar or a daily bar, these things are extremely important, especially if it starts high, has a long tail, and then closes back on its highs. This is what's seen as an extremely bullish sign, at least in the short term. Now, that is one thing by itself, but if you combine that with the trend line, as we can see here, the shorter term uptrend line, it's still holding the support. So this little bit here, it just could not close below it, which is why we use trend lines, because they do act as support and resistance in the future. They're fantastic things. But on top of that, again, we've got what we can see here is a micro continuation pattern. We've got peak, trough, peak, and trough. So two peaks and two troughs, which is what we need for a continuation pattern, or a bullish flag, if you will, or you can call it whatever you like. These are areas of consolidation where when they get broken out of to the upside, usually we'll see like a fair bit more upside activity. In other words, they're a bullish sign. So Friday basically is a phenomenal day on the Australian market. This is something that has the potential to give us a lot more bullish activity, and quite frankly, at the moment, if you're short any stocks, I do feel sorry for you. I'm personally not short any stocks because none of the short positions that I have had been making me any money. Follow the overall trend of the market, which at this stage is definitely up. Last week we did look at the where the market might head to, and we found that the 5,000 level was an extremely important level for the ASX Top 200, and I think that the market is really going to head there, especially after Fridays. Looking at the S&P 500, just a very similar thing, drawn in the uptrend line, and with the S&P 500, obviously you get a broader look at the market as opposed to the Dow Jones, which is just the 30 stocks, the 30 industrial stocks. And looking at the S&P 500, our short-term and our long-term bearish signal would be at around the 1,000-point level mark. So we've got a fair way to go. We're at 1,050 at the moment. It would really have to drop probably around 5%. Is that 5%? It is, yeah. So to have to drop 5% for the market to turn bearish again on the S&P 500. We've still got a bit of a buffer there, as you can see. Looking at the FTSE lastly, just done exactly the same thing again. Got our longer term uptrend line, which will act as support for us. Got our shorter term uptrend line as well. As you can see, the FTSE still has not closed below that, but at the same time it would have to close below the previous trough for it to be a bearish signal in the short term, and that's around the 4,900 level, and in the long term would be around 4,600 level for the FTSE to be bearish. Again, I wouldn't be taking, personally, this is just me, I wouldn't be taking any short positions until we've gotten rid of this long-term uptrend support. So I'd still be looking at taking long positions. Great, thanks very much, guys, and I hope this has helped you in some small way, please stop by the website if you feel so inclined. All my tools are there, and they're absolutely free, so it won't cost you a damn thing. It's at asxmarketwatch.com, and swing by and have a look. But otherwise, happy trading, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.